HarperVia and HarperAudio present The Granddaughter, a novel by Bernhard Schlink, translated from the German by Charlotte Collins, performed by Richard Burnip and Sarah Moule. Part 1. Chapter 1. He came home. It was 10 o'clock. He didn't close the bookshop until 9 on Thursdays, and at past, after lowering the grills in front of the shop windows and door, he had taken the half-hour route through the park, which was longer than walking along the street, but refreshing at the end of a long day. The park was overgrown, the rose borders covered in ivy, the privet hedges untrimmed. But it smelt nice, of rhododendron, lilac, lime blossom, of mown grass or wet earth. He took this route in summer and winter, in good weather and bad. By the time he got home, the irritation and worries of the day would have fallen away. He lived with his wife in an Art Nouveau building several stories high. They had the grand main floor apartment, bought cheaply decades ago and now worth a lot of money, provision for their old age. The wide staircase, the curved banister, the stucco, the plaster relief of a nude whose long hair wound its way up the walls of the staircase. He liked to step inside the building, to climb the stairs to his apartment and unlock the door with its stained glass panel of flowers. Even though he knew what would await him. Birgit's coat lay on the floor in the hall, with 2 shopping bags of food that had toppled over. The living-room door stood open. Birgit's computer had slipped from the sofa to the floor, along with the woolen blanket she liked to put over herself. Next to the wine bottle, the glass had been knocked over and had spilt red wine onto the rug. A shoe lay in the doorway, the other by the tiled stove. Presumably, Birgit had simply pulled off her shoes and flung them aside, as she often did. He hung his coat in the wardrobe, placed his shoes by the chest of drawers, and went into the living room. Now he saw that the vase of tulips had fallen over as well. The broken shards and wilted flowers lay in a pool of water beside the grand piano. He went from the living room to the kitchen. An empty packet of chicken rice lay next to the microwave, and Birgit's half-finished plate sat in the sink with the plates from the breakfast they had shared. He would have to mop and wash and tidy everything up. He stood there, feeling the anger in his belly and in his hands. But it was a weary anger. He had felt it rise and subside too many times. What was he meant to do? If he confronted Birgit angrily the next morning, she would give him a look, embarrassed and defiant, then look away and tell him to leave her alone. She'd only had a little drink. Wasn't she even allowed a little drink? How much she drank was her own business. If it bothered him that she drank, he could leave. Or she would burst into tears and humiliate and excoriate herself until he comforted her, said that he loved her, that she was okay, that everything was okay. He wasn't hungry. Birgit's leftover chicken rice was enough for him. He heated it in the microwave and ate it at the kitchen table. Then he unpacked the shopping and put it away in the fridge, carried the wine bottle and glass, shards and wilted flowers from the living room to the kitchen, mopped up the water, squeezed lemon juice onto the red wine stains in the rug, closed the laptop, folded the woolen blanket, and washed the dishes. A small room, once the pantry, now the laundry room, led off the kitchen. He transferred the contents of the washing machine to the dryer, and the contents of the laundry basket to the washing machine. He boiled water, made tea, and sat down with his tea glass at the kitchen table. It was an evening like many others. On some evenings when Birgit
Sample complete. Ready to continue?